Hello and welcome back to Choice Bits of Bliss. My air conditioner is running wide open, so there is that. And my desk and around my desk is, I think if you walked upstairs and came in my room, you would think, my gosh, Priscilla, what do you have going on here? And it's because I'm planning ahead. I have projects laid out, ready to go through, and I'm finding myself when I go back to the project, even though I've scribbled some notes because I've been advised that that's what I need to do to stop losing focus, is to write those notes. And even when I write the notes, sometimes the passion for that project loses its steam. Am I the only one that experiences that? But I push through. I work through it and I get the thing done. So maybe I'm hurting myself by planning ahead too far. I don't know. Tell me what you think about that, because I feel like my brain just works against itself sometimes. Anyway, we're here to talk about digging into collection obsession, cider and donuts. And this is definitely a collection I have been obsessed about. I want to play today. I really want to just play. And sometimes the most difficult thing to do, especially with a brand new collection, or it's new to me, is to break that paper. To break into that first paper, that first project, and get going. And once I get going, then I find myself just wanting to just continue. That's why sometimes you'll see that I've made way more than the 4 layouts that we originally discussed for Collection Obsession. And if you're not aware, if you're brand new to this series and you don't know, Collection Obsession is just an idea brought to us by my friend Teresa. Her channel is For the Love of Paper Crafting, and she just posed the idea of grabbing a collection that we just had to have. We loved it, we bought it, we had to have it, but it's been sitting on our shelves. Get that collection out and play with it. Make at least 4 layouts and then put it back up. But you will know you have at least played with it and won't be bogged down by guilt. Now, I've taken that to the extreme at times. There have been times that once I get into a collection, I love playing with it. I just keep going. And then there are times that once I get into a collection, I get really bored with it and lose all love for it and want it out of my space. My pendulum swings both directions. So if you are somewhere in between, God love you. It is so great to be balanced and perfect. I'm not. I am not. I struggle in so many ways. So that is why I have this channel, is because I need accountability and I need to be able to say some of these things out loud so that I can get it out of my brain and move on. And my husband is sick of hearing it. He's sick of it because he doesn't know what to do with this stuff. He's one of those perfect people. He doesn't know what to do with all of this weirdness. And he'll listen to me. Bless his heart. He will listen to me. He doesn't know what to say. He doesn't know what to do about it. So let's get back to the topic. That was a lot of blathering. So I picked out some papers out of my 6x8 to break the paper. And these are these large designs. If you're doing a 6x8 album, these are awesome because you can use it in one of your 6x8 sleeves, and it's a page that you decorate the back. I thought we would go ahead and we would just make something. That's what I was thinking. So I was going to use this punch, and it needs to be 6x6. So I have to cut these down to 6x6. Let's find my paper trimmer and trim off 2 inches. And that will give us our 6x6. We'll save this for later. Now when I'm alone and you're not watching me, this is the kind of stuff I do. I cut multiple pieces of paper at the same time, especially if I'm working on a larger project, to save time, because I just do. This is the sort of things I do. Now let's get into this. So if you have these 8 punches by, who were these by? They're by We Are Memory Keepers. Memory Makers. Is it Memory Makers? Nope, it's Memory Keepers. You put your paper in all the way to the corner. There's a little arrow there showing you to put your paper all the way to the edge and to the corner, and you punch. And then you are going to turn it. You're going to turn it again. And you're going to turn it again. And I think these are called 8 punches because you have to do this 8 times. We've done it 4. Now we need to turn our paper over, go to the corner, and punch. This time it's going to leave a little bit of cast off or cut off in the corner here, so you have to dump it out. There we go. Now, I can use this just like that. It's done, has the saying in it, but I really want to use this side. And to be honest, I'm going to cut it in half because I don't want to use the whole 6x6 thing in one for one project. I could, but that's just not what I'm wanting to do. So now we have 2, and we can use these on a couple of different projects. I'm going to get rid of my scraps and move on to the next thing. The next thing I want to do is use my 3-inch punch, and we're just going to punch some scallop circles. We'll see how many we can get out of this 6x6 piece of paper. I'm going to go to the edge because I want to try to see if I can get 4 out of it. We'll see. And we did it. Well, crap. I messed up on that side. So this portion here is going to get tucked under something. And what we're doing is we're just building some components that we can begin layering and creating some interesting just some things that we can play with. Basically, that's what we're getting at. I want to make some clusters. I want to just create. I've ripped down my cardboard here. Let's just start making. Let's just make. I'm looking at my scraps that I have over here. I think I showed y'all, I did the other day. I showed you all the scraps I have left to play with. And we're going to just do some paper tearing here. Got a lot of just like rough texture going on. We're not trying to make anything perfect, or we're just play with it. So this goes. And I think I'm going to make a banner for that one. We'll stick that one there. I'm liking that. We'll do something with that. What else do we have over here? Now we have this one that is, it's from a matte stack. And if we bring this in, it just kind of lightens the look a little bit instead of such a, because this is really kind of dark and moody. And I want some green maybe, but let's do something that's not so dark, and that will lighten this one up. We've got those leaves. We're just playing and stacking. Let me see. Let me see. When we were in Georgia, my friend Teresa gave us these little organizational things. Is this one leaf? I thought that was like a bunch of leaves stuck together, but I think that's just one leaf. Oh, it says it's 34 pieces. I guess it's one leaf. Oh, and it's got adhesive on the back of it. Look at that. See, just play. Just play. Anyway, Teresa gave us these little trays. It's got 3 holes. I have my, I'll try to get it over here without it falling apart. Because I had so many embellishments. This is the tray. But I have them, you know, small, medium, and large in the 3 holes. That's how I have them separated. To help me when I'm making my clusters, I typically start out large and go down to small. And having them separated into those categories, small, medium, and large, kind of shows me where I need to fill in holes and what to grab. I'm sitting here looking at this, and I think that I don't want that on there. I think that's what I'm thinking. Nope, I'm pulling it back. Maybe just not quite so prominent. And I think I need to trim this so that it's not so long down here. It's there, but it's kind of tucked in and it's not so prominent. I like that. I have these pieces that I die cut a while back, and let's see if how that jives. I'm not as in love with it as I thought I would be. It's too much yellow, I believe. I believe. I like this one. This one I'm not loving yet. And I'll keep fiddling with it until I get to the point that I'm loving it. Okay, what I've done is I have torn off the top and bottom edges because I don't want this to be so overwhelming. And I want this that I've torn down to be longer than that. We're getting that corrugated rough texture that I absolutely love. And I'm going to bring this in. And I think I want it longer than the corrugated portion. I hadn't even turned this over and seen the music. Didn't see the music notes. I'm not going to question myself. I'm just going to do it. Do I need this one here? Do I want it on there? This is just almost too much. I think that's what's bugging me, is it's overpowering everything else that I have going on. The pattern is it's too much. That's all I can tell you. I just feel like it's too much. So let's see. I'm liking that. So once I take away this, what I'm realizing is that I have this pink and then this teal that I'm dealing with. And since I'm dealing with the pink and the teal, I need to stay maybe in that family. I think that's what I'm needing to do. So I have these flowers here that I need to finish fussy cutting. We will do that quickly. This is kind of going against what I said not even that long ago. When I'm making my clusters, I prefer to have a project in mind and photos, the layout that I'm going to use it on. And after I say things like that, I realize I'm being very rigid and just not following that, the spirit of play, and getting in and discovering what I can create simply by trying. I kind of being very rigid and very rigid is probably the right word in my thoughts. It doesn't allow me room to just explore. And I'm trying to allow myself the freedom and the space to do more of that. Just play with the supplies I have and not be such a stick in the mud. Just get in there and play. I love it when I see other people work on projects and get their space is nasty and they're just playing, and it doesn't mean the space stays dirty, but when we're playing with inks and wet mediums, things get messy. So I tend to shy away from that because I don't like the mess. I like a tidy space, and I don't want to do things that on purpose make it untidy. But I'm in that quandary of wanting to play and explore and discover. I think it's because I'm getting old. Pretty sure it's because I'm getting old. A lot about me is changing lately, and some of it I'm not ready for, but a lot of it I need to just embrace. And in my head right now, as I'm cutting this out, I'm thinking, oh, I don't know if this video will make the light of day because I blathered on so much. And these are the battles that I go through in my head. Okay, so that wasn't too bad to trim those out. And if I'm being honest, I like this so much better than the yellow. I just think the yellow was too overpowering. Let's just try this. If we use this as a landing spot and then calmed it down that way, I say no, it's too much. It's too much. So I'm just going to kind of curl these edges up a little bit. And there's many ways that you can do that. You can take a pencil and roll the edges. You can use a embossing stylus and trace them, but I'm just going to curl them with my fingers just to give them a little bit of texture and dimension. It doesn't have to be like so much. And when I was playing with this, I kind of liked that. So let's try that. So it just adds a little bit, but not so much behind it. Just have a little bit poking out there. I think I like that. You can like it a lot. We're going to add a little bit of adhesive and call this one done. Now this video is probably waxing long, and I don't want to sit here all day long. I don't have enough memory, to be honest. That's what my phone is telling me right now. Okay, I'm going to have to wrap this up. I'm going to continue to play off the screen and create more. I just thought it would be fun to make one together. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're playing too. Come back and we will chat again soon. Bye-bye.